Good morning, buenos días. Muchísimas gracias por estar con nosotros. Attention, all men, like I said earlier, okay? And everyone that has an important man in their life, we want to encourage you men to speak up, get checked, and take care of your health. So we have Gabe Canales here with us with Blue Cure. He is the founder. Thank you so much for being here. You make it a point to come to Domingo Live every single year because it's as important to you as it is to all of us to keep our men healthy. But, you know, I want you to share your story for those that are seeing you for the very first time.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And I do believe segments like this will make an impact and can make a big difference in the lives of men and families watching. I don't say this to be alarmist, but many serious health issues develop quietly. You know, a man can have prostate cancer and have no symptoms. He can have high blood pressure, he can have high cholesterol, elevated blood sugar, and feel completely fine. You know, that's why I want to emphasize this message right here. You cannot manage what you do not measure. You cannot manage what you do not measure. That's why we want men to know their numbers, understand what they mean, and start with one step. 16 years ago, at age 35, I inadvertently had a PSA test. I did not know what a PSA test was, a prostate-specific antigen. I was having my testosterone measured after I had gotten an annual checkup. And it was just by chance that the doctor informed me that my testosterone was slightly low. I went to a urologist and was told that my PSA was high. I did not know what that was. I went back and retested. It went up even more, had a biopsy, and learned that I had prostate cancer at age 35.
Wow.
I had no symptoms. So again, there are men watching today that have undiagnosed prostate cancer. Not to be alarmist, but the encouragement here is we want men, we want dads, husbands, brothers, sons to get out ahead of what they might be having and not even know it, because that informed decision can make all the difference in the world.
Absolutely. Let's discuss the 5 health numbers that every man should know.
Yeah, so we want men to know what their blood pressure is. We want them to know what their LDL cholesterol is, their waist circumference. We want men to ask their doctor, start a discussion about PSA. But I want to emphasize these numbers are a starting point. There are more numbers that you can have that conversation with your doctor about. But if your audience, if your viewers go to bluecure.org, they can download a free men's health checklist. And that will tell them what those numbers are and how to start that conversation with their doctor, what other questions to ask, and what type of lifestyle habits can make, those little small lifestyle habits can make a big difference in those numbers.
I'm so glad that you brought that up as far as lifestyle habits. Talk to us about some steps that we can do or they can do to improve their health.
Yeah, the other day I had an interview. I interviewed your new public health director. And we were talking about that, especially in the hot summer heat, how even something as simple as she said her husband likes to go walk around in the Home Depot in the morning. And I told her that my dad likes to go to his local H-E-B and walk around in the morning because it's too hot outside. But walking can make such a big difference. Adding a few vegetables throughout the day can also, high fiber foods can make a big difference in blood sugar. So, you know, we want people to sleep more. Oftentimes because we're scrolling on our phones, especially late at night, it doesn't allow us the sleep that we should be getting. So stress less, manage your stress levels, sleep, eat healthier, eat small little changes can make a big difference, and move a little bit more.
Now, I know that we mentioned this earlier, how important it is to have that support and maybe that nudge by, you know, the daughters and the mothers and the wives of these men to encourage them to do that. Talk to us about their importance.
Women play such a significant role in men's health. I noticed this early on when I started Blue Cure after my diagnosis, that we had a huge following of women on our prostate cancer Facebook page. We have about 209,000 followers, but oftentimes people are surprised to learn that 75% of those followers are women. Wives, moms, daughters, girlfriends, sisters. They're the ones that often reach out to me with a question at how to encourage their man or how to nudge their man. Look, here's the thing. It's not nagging, it's love. When you encourage your husband, when you encourage your father, have you gotten your checkup? Have you discussed your PSA with your doctor? Those questions right there can make all the difference in that man actually doing something in his life that might change the trajectory of his health, and that could save his life. So I encourage all women watching, you know, download that free checklist at bluecure.org. Encourage your husband to, or the man in your life to go get checked and to ask what his numbers are, to ask what they mean. There's another phrase in there I want men to know: self-advocacy. Okay, it's important that a man not feel any shame when asking questions. Oftentimes, a man will go get a checkup. He'll go to the doctor's office. He'll hear everything that the doctor's saying, but he won't ask questions. He's too embarrassed or too ashamed. Listen, they've heard it all.
Yeah.
Anything regarding your health, your doctor wants you to ask those questions. No question is too stupid to ask your doctor.
And women, if you have to take that step and make that appointment for your father or for your husband or for your brother and take them and go with them, and you do it. You ask the questions, you get that started. And like Gabe mentioned, that's love. That's how you love, because you care and you worry. As women, we're natural worriers, right? And we just want to make sure that they're healthy. Gabe, thank you so much for being here and for bringing all this information out. If our viewers would like more information on Blue Cure, where can they go?
BlueCure.org.
Perfect. See, that's easy. Thank you so much again for being here. And we'll have this interview and all the information ready for you to view after the Mingle Live on our website at KIIITV.com.